Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this can be a comment response to my good friend on YouTube, Labyrinth35, who posted a comment question on my recent Batman Under the Red Hood review along the lines of what I think could be aspects playing into the rumored dark and broodiness of Ben Affleck's Batman in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. And, because of the topic at hand in Under the Red Hood, he was asking my thoughts on, do I think essentially Dick Grayson's potentially moving on, flying the coop, and becoming Nightwing, as well as potentially, Jason Todd's death, could these be things that play into why he is so distanced and dark and brooding? And I think these are very probable aspects and reasonable lines of thinking and theorizing, in the fact that what we've been told is essentially Ben Affleck's Batman's had, he's been around for a while. He's been kicking butt all through Gotham City for a little bit now, and I think it's very reasonable to conclude that probably, as the rumors suggest, we might see Nightwing at some point. Dick Grayson has grown up. He's probably, followed his own path, and I think that's certainly an element that could play into this. I think it would be even more compelling if we find out, because Bruce Wayne's been at this for a bit, if there was also the event of the death of Jason Todd plaguing him, because I think there would be commonalities between what he's going through and what Superman has gone through in the aftermath of having to basically wipe out all of his fellow Kryptonians, the militant crazy ones. I'm sure it has affected him having to snap Zod's neck, essentially, at the end of Man of Steel, and there would be somewhat of a commonality there between the two. I think it would be very interesting if, Superman came looking for Batman at some point in that film, maybe encountered Dick Grayson's Nightwing, and it's Nightwing who basically explains the situation to him, so that the next time he approaches Bruce Wayne, maybe they would be able to be more on a level playing field psychologically as well as empathetically and that kind of thing. The one big point of contention and confusion that we're going to really have to wait and see how this is all going to play out when the movie comes out is how much of Batman's timeline has unfolded from when he started. If he's been around for a little while, does that mean that Dick Grayson has in fact become Nightwing and that Jason Todd has in fact become Robin? For all we know, he could be the current Robin, and that could be an event that will happen in a future movie. Although it could also be said that, Jason Todd's life has been taken, and we could see the budding Robin, Tim Drake, coming into the fray. Who knows? That is, if we even get one of the traditional Robins and not like Carrie Kelly or Stephanie Brown, something like that. I think it's very interesting, especially the confusion that the New 52 represented, because, there was supposed to be like a 5-year gap between when all of these heroes meet each other and then, how long Batman's been at it, and it was basically kind of evening out to the fact that he must have had one Robin for every year, for the 5 years or whatever it was, between they're all meeting each other and the current timeline. It was very hard to follow, put it that way. And so with that in mind, we have to really be mindful of the fact that we're not sure what exactly, has happened in Batman's history. Has he met Catwoman? Have they had a somewhat on-again, off-again relationship? Is Catwoman going to be more villain than sort of anti-hero? All these kind of questions. Similarly with the Joker, is the Joker a budding criminal that is only just now becoming a thorn in Batman's side, or is he going to be somebody who's been around for a while as well? It's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. But with the preliminary information and rumorville stuff that we have, at the moment, I'd have to say that I think it's very probable that at least Dick Grayson's Nightwing has grown up and moved on, and this could be something that plays into Bruce Wayne's broodiness, and we'll have to really wait and see if Jason Todd even exists in this DC cinematic universe. But I think it would be very compelling, and I again, have to reiterate, I think it's a very probable line of thinking that with Batman being around as long as he is suggested to have been, that some of this stuff has to have occurred in his timeline, and I think it'll be very intriguing to see how it all plays out. So I want to thank Labyrinth35 for the great question, and if anyone else has thoughts, as far as Batman's sort of history, what you think we might see, what you think we might not see, that kind of thing, post that down in the comments below. I always love hearing people's theories and, excitement being ramped up for the potential that these movies can go for and everything like that. Otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. I hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.